Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let you know that this video was brought to you by Print Champs. Big Print Champs in the building. Make sure you tap in, get all your hurt season hats. Make sure you get all your ski mask Howie shirts. Make sure you get everything you need in terms of, locking down your merchandise needs via the Print Champs. Also, make sure you tap in, man. My latest single just dropped, Word to Kiss, Friday or Thursday at 12 o'clock, however you want to say it. It's doing what it's supposed to do right now. We spinning the wheels and getting things in motion for the next musical project for this off season. So make sure you tap in with that, man. A lot of good things to come, man. So let's get into the meat and potatoes. I'm kind of late in this one in terms of, in the time that you would, get these type of things out into the open. But Deandre Hopkins was released by the Arizona Cardinals. It kind of set, the Eagles fan base on fire. You know what I mean? A lot of people were DMing me and tagging me this. I was tied up, but I was going to get my thoughts on this out regardless. You know what I mean? Rather sooner than later. So this is my take on it. It's weird. It's weird to me. Everybody. It's so much of let's give Quez Watkins a chance. Quez Watkins, it was just a down year, but the minute you dangle something in front of the Eagles fan base face, we automatically think that we're supposed to go after it or it's supposed to be the good thing for us. Now, in short, I don't want DeAndre Hopkins. I don't. I feel perfectly fine with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. I don't think you have to go get you see, you don't have to have a 1A, 1B, and a 1C. All three of those guys are number one wide receivers. You know what I mean? And I don't want him for reasons. It's not because I don't think he's a better third option than Quez Watkins. Absolutely, he's a better third option than Quez Watkins. So is A.J. Brown. So is Devontae Smith. But will DeAndre Hopkins be comfortable being a third option anywhere? You know what I mean? He would be the veteran of the room, 30 years old, going into his 10th season in the National Football League. He would be. Last 2 years haven't been really that promising for DeAndre Hopkins. They've actually not been. That's what it is. He's been average the last 2 years. If DeAndre Hopkins were to join the Philadelphia Eagles, you will automatically have to, think that an understanding was had between the front office and him. Like, listen, you were just here to get in and contribute. You ain't here to be 100 target, 120 target guy. You know what I mean? This ain't when you was with Deshaun Watson. So it's all about, at the end of the day, what does DeAndre Hopkins want for his future? Does he want to win or does he want to be the guy? Because he's been the guy for years and it didn't result in any winning for him. So are you trying to be a part of something or not? Being as though they've released him, you don't need a trade to acquire him. You know what I'm saying? He still should be on their books for some part of that dead money, of course. But at the end of the day, somebody could pick him up for the veteran minimum if that's what he wanted. He can really go out there and and play for a championship team for pennies on the dollar in a sense. So it's open season, man. Anybody who thinks that they require the services of him could go out there and get him. You know what I mean? So this is about to get real interesting in terms of where he's going to land. But I'm kind of okay on it. I think I need somebody who knows their role a little more. We've been linked to Julio Jones. You know what I mean? Julio Jones has ties with A.J. Brown. I'd rather have Julio Jones in that third position than DeAndre Hopkins in that third position. I know Julio has had, some injury issues, but Julio is still Julio. And Julio is still, with what he has going on, is a better option as a third wide receiver than Quez Watkins. And this is no slight to Quez Watkins. You know what I mean? No slight to Quez Watkins. When you look at the Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver room, there's already two alpha males out there. A third alpha male, I think that's when you start to create turmoil to a good roster. You know what I mean? That's when you start to create turmoil for a good roster. I think alpha male wide receivers, we don't have divas. We just got alpha males. You know what I mean? And sometimes that could be worse. When you got alpha males at the wide receiver position. For instance, an alpha male wide receiver like Devontae Smith, he know he can go on the podcast and say the turnovers hurt us. And he know who turned the ball over. He know he could say that. You know what I'm saying? He know that what's going to happen to me. I'm Devontae Smith. You know what I'm saying? A.J. Brown know he can go and say, I knew we were going to lose the Super Bowl when we kicked the field goal. We should have went for it. What's going to happen? That's A.J. Brown. You see what I'm saying? So like you need a more you need a kind of a get in where you fit in kind of guy to fill this third spot if you're the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about just overall mentally how guys are, how that's going to mesh. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about everything. You know what I mean in terms of this melting pot of these 50 plus men that got to get along with each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking about. So my answer would be no. But if it were to happen, I wouldn't be upset about it. We would just have to figure it out and find a way to make this work. I feel like that it could possibly be the best three wide receiver trio in the history of the game. In the history of the game, it could be the best three wide receivers put together on one roster in the history of the game. But, we got to see how this shakes out. I don't think that we're looking towards adding a wide receiver. I think we're more looking towards beefing up the defensive side of the ball. The offense has shown that they could win enough games to get you to a Super Bowl and shoot it out in the Super Bowl. So why would you kind of, disrupt that? I think DeAndre Swift is good to go, trained to go. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I would go get Julio Jones because Julio Jones being in the third row kind of extends what he will give you on the field, in my opinion. He won't be asked to do a lot. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. But having Julio Jones, if one of our guys go down, could pay huge dividends for a few weeks or whatever the case may be. So, you know what I mean? Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. And go stream Word to Kiss. You know what I'm saying? We definitely about to turn the streets up with this mixtape. You know what I mean? All bars, all what I know about. You know what I'm saying? We ain't sugarcoating nothing on this go around. We going to give it to you raw and uncut. Fire project, man. I'm liking the way that it's coming together, and I wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't from the support from you guys, man. So shout out to y'all, man. Enjoy your holiday weekend for sure, man. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. You know what I'm saying? Me being a vet is one of my favorite holidays because, you know what I mean, we did lose some guys when I was in Afghanistan. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to all the fallen soldiers out there. If you family members that got fallen soldiers, man, I want y'all to keep y'all head up. I know this could be a difficult time for y'all as well. But you remembering these guys because they did a lot of stuff that you got. Look. A lot of these soldiers, Marines, airmen, seamen, they all fought so we could do stuff like this, podcast, interact. You know what I mean? So shout out to all of the vets too, man. You know the vibes, man.